Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don. Got a great show today. We've got the good people from the Humane Society of Bay County, and also I'm going to learn a little Tai Chi from Gail at Healthplex. And now, your weather brought to you by the Pittman Firm. Welcome back. I'm here with Gail Darnell, and she's from Bay Medical Healthplex.
Correct.
Welcome to the show,
Thank
Gail.
you very much. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here because my wife told me all about you, that you've got this interesting vocation as a physical therapist.
Yes.
However, you teach Tai Chi as well.
Correct. We're starting a program up in February, Tai Chi for Better Balance. It's actually a Center for Disease Control validated program. The state of Florida actually had a master instructor come, and I did the training in Pensacola.
It's already been, so it's been recognized that this type of Tai Chi that you're doing
Yes.
is got a medical benefit and a therapeutic benefit. It's not just a spiritual thing that you would associate Tai Chi with this meditative kind of
Right. It's actually
mysterious Asian thing
Yeah.
that people do on the beach when they're, doing that kind of thing.
It's actually based off of the 24 forms of one of the Tai Chis, and it's actually 8 forms that they have derived this from. And so it actually works on postural, being upright, movement, transitional movements, rotation of your trunks, working on your ankle strategies, and working on weight shift. And so it's a good program for people, the elderly population with balance issues, 60 years of age or up, or to prevent balance issues, and that would be a wonderful thing.
How does a physical therapist stumble into this or research it, or how did you find out about this type of Tai Chi, and what made you want to modify it to?
Well, I didn't modify it. It's actually Dr. Lee. It's a program. Dr. Lee from the Oregon Research Institute was studying Tai Chi, and he has developed it, and he continually researches it and modifies it. Actually, but as part of the trauma program at the hospital, we were notified that there was this program coming up. And so I actually signed up because it actually is a wonderful thing, because I have a lot of patients who have balance issues. I treat a wide variety of patients, but my specialty is actually neurological patients and people with spinal issues. And a lot of those people have balance issues also.
Well, maybe somebody who's maybe getting older or losing their balance, people with perhaps head injuries or strokes, or I guess there'd be a whole gamut of things that would make people lose their balance, right?
Sure, there is a wide range of issues why people would have issues with their balance. They can't weight shift properly, they don't move well, they have decreased sensation in their feet, so they don't know where they are in space due to maybe diabetes or another injury. So all those things may be able to help, or have some strategies to help them assist.
Now, do you have to have balance issues to take this class?
Absolutely not. You could just be the population who wants to maintain their balance or actually improve their balance. So you don't actually have to have balance issues.
So perhaps maybe you're a dancer or a gymnast or something, or want to be the next great Walenda and do a high wire act, you could go there and learn,
well,
learn
you
how to
probably
balance
could,
yourself out.
sure. You could balance yourself or maintain what the balance that you already have and learn a new form in order to do it. It's an exercise program. It's over 12 weeks. It meets 3 times a week. We're going to meet on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 12:30 to 1:30. You have to actually be a participant and enroll, because one of the key things that they found out is that you actually need to be committed to the program. You have to actually come to the program with quite frequency in order to get the benefits. And then you need to practice at home at certain points. Then we'll start having people practice at home.
From a medical standpoint and a therapeutic standpoint, what does that do? Does it create like new nerve endings, or does it just practice parts of your brain that may be kind of sleepy, or how does that work?
What it would, as a therapist, my thought process on why it helps is actually we're encouraging you to do activities that you may or may not do, and actually focus on those activities. And we may be building on those activities that you haven't been able to do. For example, one of the things is, we rotate before we move. And as a therapist, I know my patients sometimes have problems in their rotation, moving their trunk. And also as patients have problems with weight shifting in diagonal patterns. And when we walk, we walk in diagonal patterns. We go one side to the other side to the other side. And Tai Chi does, we work from one side to the other side and back on these 8 forms.
Yeah, especially me. I kind of waddle a little bit, but maybe you can help me out with that.
Yeah.
You know, we have to go to a break right now.
Okay.
But after this break, maybe you can show me a few moves or maybe some things that people can do at home to help improve their balance.
Sure. Well, we can do that. That'd be great.
All right, great. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. I'm here with Gail Darnell, who's going to teach me a little Tai Chi, or therapeutic Tai Chi.
Correct.
That's stuff that you use on some of your patients that may have balance issues.
Well, I do use some of it with my patients, but actually this is some of the things that we're going to be teaching at that class.
Okay.
And during the class, we're going to do warm-up activities. We're going to do what they call mini therapeutics.
Can people at home help us go do this along with us, maybe, perhaps?
Well, you know, there's always that liability. I mean, they can watch it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, somebody falling off a chair and suing us.
Well, yeah. So I mean,
Okay,
you need
well.
as any program that you do, that's a new program, you need to make sure it's okay with your physician in order to do it. And before we start a program, the clients are going to come to us, and we're going to do some balance testing with them because we want to know what their balance is.
What they're capable of, yeah.
And then so we know what level they're at, but also after the 12 weeks, we're going to test them again to see if we've actually made a change. Because
So you'll have a metric to measure how effective this is.
Yes.
Well, put me through my paces here. Let's
Okay,
see
so
how good my balance is.
Well, this is just some of the things that we're going to do is pre-warm-ups, just some warm-ups.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is, you always want to be nice and calm and centered.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're just going to come up with our arms and this, and we're going to watch our arms and hit pretty arms and come on down.
All right,
And come up. When you come up, you want to be sort of kind of tall.
Okay, wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, goody, yeah.
Paint up, paint down.
Up and come down.
I saw the Karate Kid. I know how this goes.
Now, the next one, a lot of the activities we do is called holding the ball. And holding the ball is sort of like you're holding the beach ball, and whichever direction you're going to, you're going to have that arm up. And when we do a little rotation motion, we're going to rotate at the waist. So we're going to do this thing down. So it's about a beach ball like here, and we're just going to rotate a little bit. And you always want to just go, you know, to comfort range. And then as we come to the other side, we're going to switch the ball and go to the other side. And come back up, and then we're going to be
Back
switching.
over.
Yep, and to the other side. Good. And then we come up.
Switching my ball.
Yes, absolutely. So, and that works on trunk rotation. It also works a little bit on our ankle strategies because we went from side to side.
To see you do it, it looks very simple. But when you're actually doing it, you kind of got to think about it a little bit, you know?
And,
I mean,
and as you keep on going, you get more of a flow. It becomes more beautiful as we
you get a little
keep on
more
going.
muscle memory as you
Part of it, but I think
yeah.
you know, Tai Chi is very graceful. And when we first start, we're not so graceful. And as practice keeps on going, including me, it becomes more graceful.
Okay, what else can we do?
So we're going to actually do another form. We're doing it sitting. And for the program, we can do the activities sitting or standing, or we can do them totally without any support. And so this program is actually for people 60 years of age. That's community ambulators. That means that they get up and walk with or without assistive device. An assistive device is like a walker or a cane or crutch or something like that. So it's for, but we look at different levels. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to do a modification of holding the ball where we're just going to sort of weight shift and lift up our buttocks on the opposite side. So we're going to hold the ball. We're going to come to the side and lift up our buttocks and come back down. And we're going to switch and go to the side, lift up our buttocks, and
just
come
kind
down.
of shifting.
Yep, and switch and go to the other side.
And I'm lifting my left foot when I go right.
Yep.
And I'm
then we
lifting
come
my
back.
right foot when I go left.
That's correct.
Oh, I'm switching the ball like a big old dog here.
Yeah.
Okay.
One problem I see with my clients is the ability to get standing up. They tend to try to stand straight up when they have balance issues, which is extremely difficult. It requires a lot more muscle contraction than actually
You
we
can get
need
dizzy
to.
too from standing up fast.
Well, you can from standing up fast because your blood pressure drops. So what the thing is we're going to do is we're going to just work on standing up. So we're going to start with that little bringing your arm up and down. Then we're going to come up and just lift our buttocks off a little bit.
Whee! Okay, what's the name of this exercise?
This is just actually sit to stand, and we're going to come all the way up and get tall.
All right.
And then we're going to come bring our arms down, and we're sort of like going to push away and slowly bend our knees and sit our buttocks down.
And I'm hoping that
and
chair
come
is
up.
still there. Okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure the chair is down. So for some clients, a lot of clients, when they come in, or patients, they usually push off with their hands, and sometimes this helps them to be able to come from sit to stand.
We have time for one more. Let's do one quick more.
So we're going to do something that works on our eye-hand coordination, and it's wave hands like clouds. So what we're going to do is we'll start with our left hand up like this and our right hand down, and we're going to go to the left and follow with our head and our trunk, and then we're going to switch and bring our right hand up, and then we're going to go to the side and come back down, and it works rotation.
I'm not laughing, but this is really hard.
And then we're going to come back to the middle, and then we'll relax.
Gail, thanks so much for showing me these moves, and so people can go down to HealthPlex and just sign up for this class?
They can come sign up for the class, or you can call us at HealthPlex at 914-9844.
Thanks for coming onto the show, and
for
we'll have you
having me.
back again sometime. We'll do some other stuff too.
Sounds great.
Wax on, wax off another time.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. I have the good people of the Humane Society of Bay County here. I've got Starla. Thank you for coming on the show, Starla. And I've got Rose. Rose and Starla. And who's your friend?
This is Roscoe. Roscoe's available for adoption right now at the Humane Society of Bay County. He's a 4-month-old Cocker Spaniel mix.
Wow, he's an energetic little fellow. He's been running around the studio here for the last few minutes, you know. Rose, tell me what goes on at the Humane Society?
Well, at the Humane Society, obviously, the most important aspect is that we have our shelter. We have our animals there for adoption. But my job really is, or my job title is the marketing coordinator. I really help fundraise for the shelter. I help coordinate all the events that we have going on during the year. And then also another huge aspect of the Humane Society is our thrift and gift store.
Thrift and gift store.
Yes.
What's that about? What do you buy there? Like dog stuff and cat stuff, or what?
No. It's basically like a Goodwill almost. People come and donate secondhand items to our store. It could be anything. We sell furniture. We sell clothes.
No kidding.
Yeah, odd and end kind of things, clothes. And basically all of the profits go towards the Humane Society. And it's one of the biggest ways we raise money. And
who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't know about the thrift and gift store out there.
It used to be on 23rd Street. It is moved. It is on Harrison Avenue.
Okay.
And one of our kind of missions this year is to get the word out about it more. And a lot of people don't know where it is. It was centrally located, like I said, on 23rd Street. And since it's moved, a lot of people don't know where it is. And we'd love for more people to go out and either buy stuff from us or donate items to help us out.
And what do you do with all that money? It's Starla, when you raise all that money from that stuff, where does it go?
I'm glad you asked. Humane Society of Bay County is the only no-kill shelter here in Panama City, actually in Bay County. And because we are a no-kill facility and have been since 2006, we have to pretty much raise all the money to take care of the animals that we help find homes for ourselves. We don't get any government funding. We don't get anything from the state, from the county. Our mission, which is to save as many lives as possible, is only made possible through help from the community. The thrift store is essential. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't be able to operate. But
where do you get your money from? If you don't have the thrift store and you're a nonprofit, correct? Where's your money come from?
Donations.
Okay.
Donations, community support, people recognizing that we're filling a very, very special need in this county. Most people aren't aware, but between 7,000 and 12,000 animals a year in Bay County alone are being euthanized because there are no homes for them.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's huge.
But you're a no-kill shelter.
We're no-kill, and that means that once an animal comes into our doors, we commit to it for life. We make sure that it gets the medical care that it needs, that it's happy and healthy, and we do our darndest to get them into homes as quickly as possible.
And our adoption record for December was outstanding.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
You
How
know
long?
the exact numbers, Darla.
Yeah.
We average 50 to 60 adoptions a month, but December was 77, and for a shelter and a community this size, that's pretty impressive.
Do you think that has something to do with the holidays, like Christmas, people giving puppies for Christmas?
Yeah.
And is that even a good idea? I mean,
no, good. It's interesting that you ask. What I say is we have such a homeless population here of animals in the community. I say, even if you're not sure it's a good fit right off the bat, in a home is better than being euthanized. In a home is better than being in a shelter. The truth is, the vast majority of people, as they come in, we do our best to educate and to make sure that they understand this is a lifelong commitment, and you're taking a family member into your home. It's a responsibility to the animal and to the community to make sure that you're going to be responsible. So that's part of that adoption process.
You ever have a dog that doesn't get adopted?
You know, we do.
Like a three-legged, one-eyed dog that nobody wants?
No, those go within 24 hours.
No kidding.
Everybody wants the
They
three-legged,
do.
one-eyed dogs. Yeah, and cats.
And
And
They
cats.
do.
But yes, we do. We will occasionally, the hardest to adopt out tend to be the bulldog breeds.
Really?
And we will, it's not unusual for us to keep them up to a year. We've got one that we've kept for 3 years.
Oh my.
And they're good animals, but here in Bay County you have insurance problems if there's a bulldog breed, and landlords don't want the bulldogs.
like
Even
pit bulls, things like that. I mean, you hear about these horrific cases sometimes where, you know, the owners aren't doing the right things with their animals and they're hurting people.
It's sad and tragic, and you hit it right on the head. It's the
owner. It's not I don't think it's the
Yeah.
breed or the animal.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why if you go into animal control, that's what the predominant breed that's in there are pit bull type animals, and those are the ones getting euthanized. I would say about 90% of the animals there.
When I was in high school,
bulldogs.
I had a bulldog, an English bulldog, and he was the sweetest, nicest dog you'd ever know.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was. He was very gentle. So I don't know what the deal is with those breeds. It's got to be the owners.
Yeah, well, and to the fact, if you recall back in the 80s, Dobermans had the same reputation that pit bulls have right now. What it is you have a lot of irresponsible people breeding for an aggressive trait. But the truth is, until recently, pit bulls were considered and were even named, I think, in the 20s as the ideal American family pet.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, if you remember, like Little Rascals.
Sure. Petey was a bulldog. Was a pit bull.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And pit bulls were the poster child for the perfect family pet for a long time, and they still are. They still are.
We have to run off to a break, but let's talk more about your
problem.
friend Roscoe here and his friends and what we can do to give them homes.
Okay. All you have to do to be able to adopt, if you're interested, is to come to the shelter, fill out an application. The process takes about 24 hours for us to make sure that you're committed to this animal and that it's going to be a good, safe home. And if Roscoe isn't the one for you, we have daily turnover. We have all kinds of animals: cats, dogs, kittens, puppies, big dogs, little dogs, friendly dogs, protective dogs, friendly cats, protective cats, pretty much anything that you want. We'll have at one point or another.
We have to run off to a break.
No
We'll talk
problem.
more about that on the other side of these messages. You're watching Waking Up with Don, and I'm with the Humane Society of Bay County. Welcome back. I'm here with the Humane Society of Bay County, and we've got Rose and Starla here, and your friend, hey Roscoe, come here, buddy, come here. Look what I got. Instant friendship, right in my palm of my hand. Now, Roscoe, he's still a puppy, right? And how old is he?
About 4 months old.
About
is
4
what we're
months old.
guessing.
Now, someone dropped him off, obviously, or you got him from
The
where?
animal control.
From animal control. Now, what's Roscoe's future? I mean, what do you think's going to happen with him?
Well, when they come into the shelter, we commit to for life to making sure that they have a good home. So what's going to happen is someone is going to come in, fall in love, fill out an application. We're going to vet that application to make sure they are who they say they are and that they have the ability to take care of Roscoe. And hopefully everything works out wonderfully. If it doesn't, for any reason throughout his entire
So you don't
life,
like the dog. So you adopt a dog and you're like, it's not a good fit with my family.
for any reason throughout the rest of his life, we'll take him back unquestioningly. It's actually in our contract that they come back to us so that we can ensure that they don't accidentally wind up
So when I go in to
homeless.
adopt over there, I sign a contract with you guys.
Yes, you do.
And I say, I'm going to take good care of this dog, or cat, or iguana, or llama, or whatever you got. Is it just dogs and cats?
Yes.
No,
just,
no,
just dogs and
no
cats.
exotic animals?
No.
I was traumatized by the lady from Zoo World this week, so I had to ask. But she had snakes and all kinds of weird stuff. But so basically, you hold owners accountable for their adoption?
As much as the law will allow us to, but we do require them to sign a contract that ensures that nothing will happen to them if they are unwanted in the home anymore.
Okay, now if someone wants to adopt Roscoe, can we get a shot of Roscoe? I mean, how cute is he?
Yes.
I mean, how could you not like Roscoe?
And Roscoe also has a little brother, or the same age brother, right?
Oh, really? So
Same age brother, a little bit smaller, looks almost just like Roscoe.
So if I wanted to adopt him, what do? Do I give you a call? Do I go to your website? Do we just show up?
You can download an application online at www.adoptme.org, or you can stop by the shelter. We prefer that, and fill out the application. It's a really quick and painless process, and we will let you know within 24 hours whether or not you've been approved to be an adopter.
www.adoptme.org.
Correct.
Pretty much says it all right there.
Yes.
And here, Roscoe, you want to play with that? There you go, buddy. Well, thanks so much for the work you do, and thank you for taking care of Roscoe and all of his friends. And I hope someone will call and adopt Roscoe, or just stop by and visit you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, and thanks for coming on the show, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Waking Up with Don. We'll see you next time.